Rahubat, Rahubat. Welcome to the Horus Hour, a storytelling show that tells true stories for entertainment purposes only. Even if they're true, they are for entertainment purposes only. Now, I want to start off by thanking all my new subscribers. I want to thank all my subscribers, period. Okay. Each and every one of you. All right. You guys are what's making this world go round. And I know all the people that are subscribed to my channel, they are the people that are in the knowing. Okay. And I also want to give a shout out and thank everybody who supports the master teacher, Dr. Malachi Z.K. York. Okay. I want to show a lot of love to everybody who's been supporting the cause of love and unity and liking and sharing and reposting all the videos that I do of the innocent, 100% innocent Dr. Malachi Z.K. York. And just for showing your love and support. Okay. He has done so much for us. And he speaks 19 languages. He's bringing us 76 trillion years of knowledge and information, and he is helping to free us with all the knowledge that he's written down in over 1,000 books. So, yes, Talutat and Ashuk for that. Okay, so what story will I tell today? Okay, this one is called Brotherly Love, okay? Because some people probably think that I was mad at Hayat Mitwal, okay? No, no, no. I was not mad at Hayat Mitwal, okay? I was more hurt than anything because when I saw Hayat Mitwal was a Nawapian, I considered him as a brother. And it is nothing worse, nothing hurts more than if you get betrayed by your own brother. And that is what hurt me. You know, I wanted to show some real pride in the Nuwapian nation. Wow, it just really hurt me. Okay, to find out that everything was a scam and that you would do that to your brother. I mean, how cruel is that to know somebody has high blood pressure and you're supposed to be a master herbalist and you should know how dangerous that is. And you're going to just play around with somebody's life like that. So everything that happened was supposed to happen. He was supposed to get exposed. Okay. His website was supposed to get exposed. Yeah, we're supposed to be supporting the master teacher, showing our love for the master teacher. And if you're going to show your love for the master teacher, that means you have to live by the doctrine to a T. That's how you show your love. Okay? You can do all the talking you want, but hey, doing what we do, the little what we do, creating a podcast, putting the word out about his innocence. Okay? Letting everybody know he was framed. Let everybody know that hey, read the doctrine. You want to help? Read the doctrine. You'll be surprised how to just boom, boom, start waking up your DNA. Okay. I'll show a couple of my favorite books. This is one of my favorite books, Our True Roots. Find out where you're from. Learn your history and not his story. Okay. Another one I like is this book right here. All right. It's a small one. Okay, but it teaches you how to use your mind, how to think for yourself. Okay, so he's written over 1,000. And then once you learn how to do that, hey, this is a great one here. The breath book. Okay, this book right here. Wow. those some books that I like that I recommend, you know. But anyway, he's brought us all these books. So yeah, when I said brotherly love and how much it hurt me, when this happened to me, when Hayat Miwal did that to me, and it's like, wow, you gonna just take my life like that, nonchalant, looking at my receipt and like, nah, I didn't get the money. That's like, man, do you know how that just like, oh man, So anyway, so yeah, so that reminded me of what happened with my own brother. Okay, this happened with my very own brother. We supposed to be, had the same mother and father. Okay, now after this happened, none of my friends believed me and my brother had the same parents. They said, "Oh no, that's impossible." Okay, so anyway, what happened was I was only 18. Okay, my brother was 17. Anyway, they was having this gang war between all these gangs in LA. Where I worked at, I was working at this Taco Bell that was sitting right in the middle of two of the gangs. And the police actually came and said, you guys are going to have to close the store down early because we're not going to be able to cover all these different areas because it was so many different gangs. So he said, everybody got to be out, off the streets, before it gets dark. So it's like, oh, okay. So everybody that's working inside this Taco Bell is trying to make sure they got a way home. Okay. Cause I got to close up the store and all this stuff. So my brother, we live in the same house. Okay. I said, hey man, you going to give me a ride home? And he goes, I'm here to pick up my friend. I'm like, what? So he ain't there to pick me up. He there to pick up his friend. Okay. Let's just say his friend was James. Okay. So he's there to pick up his friend James. And I'm like, wait a minute. James live in the opposite direction. He said, well, you got $5? I said, $5? I said, hey man, I'll give you $5 when we get home. I got $5 in my dresser drawer. He said, no, I need the $5 right now. I said, why would I have $5 at work? So he was like, yeah, okay, okay. Everybody goes out to their vehicles that they were leaving in, and he waits till everybody leaves until the last car was packed like sardines. I couldn't fit in the car. And so I walked over to his car to get in, and he locked the door. And I'm like, hey man, I thought you was gonna give me a ride home. He said, you got $5? I said, didn't I say I was gonna give you $5 when we get home? He's like, man, if you don't give me $5, I ain't taking you nowhere. Oh, my real friend, my brother, my soul brother, okay. Talking about blood thicker than water. Yeah. This dude hops out the car and he says, hey man, are you gonna let your brother in and give your brother a ride home or not? Let us know. Because we can't leave him out here. And he goes, who are you? He says, man, I'm your brother's best friend. He said, I don't give a F who you are. F you and him. And he burnt rubber and just took off. So he went the opposite direction with his friend James in the car and took him home. Okay. So now I couldn't fit in the other car. So my friend said, hey, you're just going to have to leave me here. Okay. My brother, Nesto. That's what we used to call him. We used to call him Nesto. And anyway, he said, he was like, you guys just going to have to leave us here and we're going to hide until the morning time. So everybody took off in the car because they lived on the east side of town. So we went and we started hiding by the dumpsters, and you can hear them shooting up in the air and all this kind of stuff, right? So we're just hiding behind the dumpsters. We were scared. And then about maybe 20, 30 minutes later, we see some lights pull up. And we think that, oh man, this is it. This is it. And then it wasn't. It was our friends. They came back and they said, hey man, it's too dangerous out here. They was gonna, they was gonna get you guys, and we had to come back, man, because somebody's gonna have to live to tell the story. I'm like, what? I'm like, why in the heck would they want to, do any harm to us? We don't gang bang. I said, we're employees at Taco Bell, man. I said, we make tacos. And he was like, my goodness. It's like, man, where are you from, man? I'm like, from Inglewood. He's like, they don't have gangs in Inglewood? I'm like, yeah, they have gangs in Inglewood, but it's a couple of gangs that I know of, they're my friends, so he was just shaking his head. I was like, yeah, I said, yeah, they my friends, and they're a little older, and they always tell me not to gang bang. So, I never thought about it, you know. So he was just shaking his head. It's like, man, we gotta watch out for you. That's why we here, man. We gotta watch out for you. So these dudes are still shooting up in the air, and we're hiding, and now, we've been hiding. It's like maybe 10 o'clock at night. We're running through the streets. We have to go the opposite direction, hiding, ducking from cars, and doing all this stuff. Take the long way around to get to my house so we can get out of their neighborhood and go into a different neighborhood and finally make it back to my house. We had to do like a big old circle. So we didn't get home till 7 o'clock in the morning. Okay. And after we get home at 7 o'clock in the morning, uh, my brother is laying on the couch, sleep. Okay. Like nothing happened. Like he didn't even care at all, right? You know, and my friend Tony was so mad. He was like, do you realize what you did? And he socked my brother. Well, he had an open palm, and he hit him in the face so hard. My brother started screaming, sound like a little girl, and started calling for mommy. Okay, he turned around and saw how big my friend Tony was. You know, it's like, yeah, it's like, man, they don't call him Big Tone for nothing. Okay, this dude was big. He was 18 years old, but man, this dude used to lift weights. Wow, he was swole. But anyway, he had to come, but what he gonna do? He can't fight nobody with no gun. All right. So anyway, the shocking part was my mom didn't even say nothing. My mom didn't even say, why did you leave your brother? My mom wasn't even worried. And I was like, Mom, we all been out since yesterday. Their mothers are worried about them. Can I borrow your car to take them home? So she let me borrow her car to take my friends home. And when we got in the car, they said, man, are you sure that you and your brother have the same father? I was like, yeah, we got the same mother and father. And they was like, I don't think so, man. I don't think so. Because your mother never said a word. He said, do you know what my mother would have did to me if I left my brother in the middle of a gunfight? Are you, man? Come on, man. She didn't say one word. She didn't show any concern. That's the way it is. That's their favorite. Because that's the one my dad is sure is his son. Okay. He had his doubts about me. So he took it out on me. But yeah, so that hurt so bad to have my own brother leave me in the middle of a gunfight like he just didn't care at all. And then my mom didn't show no concern either. It's like, do you understand that they were out shooting? Okay. We live close by the park. I'm sure you heard it. It was all on the news and everything. It was like, man, it was horrible. But yeah, so that's how it was when that was the pain I felt when Hayat McWall, when I found out he was running that scam. It's like, man, you willing to do that? Listen here, there's no time for that kind of stuff. Okay, we're here to help the cause. We're here to help free the master teacher. Okay, let me put this picture up because it's only one master teacher, and that's Dr. Malachi Z.K. York. Okay, there's only one. There's only one person on the planet that has written 76 trillion years of knowledge and correct information to free your mind from slavery. Okay, so yeah, Tawutat for listening. A ship wadu.